It's recording.
My
This is it.
daughter is
Hare Krishna. Is it?
30,
This is how it
and
records.
my son is 11.
Is it recording?
Sorry, started it.
Started recording. Okay. Okay.
ఇది క్లిక్ చేసుకోండి మీరు
అక్కర్లేదు ప్రభుజీ మనం అందరం ఫోన్లో చూసుకుందాంలేండి మళ్ళీ ఇటు అటు తీస్తే కష్టం మళ్ళీ ఎందుకు నాకు అందరూ ఫోన్లో చూసుకుంటారు సో ఆల్ డివోటీస్ హరే కృష్ణ మొన మాతాజీ కింజల్ మాతాజీ లలితా మాతాజీ బాలప్రభు ఐ నో బాలప్రభు యు ఆర్ ఆన్ ద drive but still you wanted to join so that you don't miss anything. Thank you very much for joining. So you all can give me the darshan so that I can take your darshan nicely and then Hare Krishna Lalita Mataji, how are you?
Hare Bol Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mona Mataji, Hare Bol. Kinjal Mataji, I want to see you. Just to make sure you are there or not, huh? No, just I wanted to see you. Kinjal Mataji generally joins live in live, but today she is feeling a little sick, so she said she wants to join online. Hare Krishna, Hari, how are you? We are missing you here, Hari. We are missing you. Yeah, Hare Krishna Mataji. Yeah. Okay, so let's do Ishvara Parama Krishna, our regular prayer first, so and pray to Krishna that Krishna gives us enough spiritual strength to understand whatever we are doing. Fold your hands. Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha Anadir Adir Govinda Sarvakarana Karanam Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Putale Srimate Romapada Swamin Iti Namine Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Putale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pacharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So we had wonderful kirtan for 15 minutes, then we had an understanding on the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, then we chanted a one full conscious round of japa, and then we are trying to do our weekly Bhakta Vriksha class here. We are doing Bhagavad Gita. This is the third class on the Bhagavad Gita. First class we covered 10 verses and then 11 to 18. 11 to 18 was the second class. From 19 onwards we will start. Just to give a quick recap for 2 minutes, not more than that. If I exceed, please let me know. In the first set of verses, we all saw the character or nature of different personalities in Bhagavad Gita. The nature of Dhritarashtra, the nature of Duryodhana, the nature of Dronacharya, Bhishmacharya and everybody. In this mainly we were talking about the partial nature of Dhritarashtra being blind by not only eyes but by mind and heart also. And then we talked about in the second set of verses we talked about how Sanjaya is explaining what is happening in the battlefield, the diplomatic nature of Duryodhana, and then Duryodhana glorifying all the people on the side of his army and then the other army side also, and then Bhishmacharya started with blowing off his conch shells, and then continued by Pandava's side, Krishna, Arjuna, Nakula, Sahadeva, Yudhishthir Maharaj, everybody blew the conch shell. Now we will know the effect of this conch shell, and we did a detailed understanding on what are these conch shells, why are they blowing the conch shells, what represents the conch shells by blowing the conch shells, what is it declared to be, everything we discussed in detail. Now this effect of the conch shells, because conch shells blown by Pandavas, all the 5 Pandavas is been given and Krishna is been given, all the 6 Pandavas, and remaining all soldiers followed the leaders, so they all started blowing their own conch shells or trumpets or bugles, whatever they have. So we will see from verse number 19 the effect of these conch shells on the armies. I'm not saying just the Kauravas armies, but we will see the effect of the conch shells blowing on the armies, both armies. So let's go to the 119. Everybody, let's go to the 119 if you have your gadgets. I'm not sharing the screen here because devotees are watching. And then Veda base, you can go 119. Sagoshodhatarashranam hridayani vyadarayat nabhasya prithivim chaiva tumulo abhyunandanayan abhyanunna abhyanunadayan, tumulo abhyanunadayan. Beautiful words. This is a compound word. Tumulaha means the sound is uproarious, and the abhyanunadayan means it is resounding, revibrating. So here again the important words which we have to take care of is Vidharayat Hridayani Nabhas Prithvim. Nabhas and Prithvim we all know. Nabhas is sky, Prithvim is earth. Hridayani Vyadaran. What does this mean? The hearts getting shattered. So whose hearts are getting shattered by hearing this? Kaurava's hearts. Let's read the translation and then we will go for detailed understanding. Why the hearts are shattering? What is the reason for shattering of the hearts by happening to different people, not only just Kauravas and Pandavas? We will discuss in detail. The blowing of these different conch shells became uproarious, because it's not just the simple sound of a house alarm or something. It's a huge sounds. It's a huge war. Vibrating both. The sounds vibrated when in a closed room which is not open for a long time, you enter and you try to say Hare also, it resounds. Think about that big battlefield and everybody is making the sound. The sound is reaching the sky and it is Hare Krishna Shweta Mataji. I can see you. Thank you for joining. Thank you. Wish you could also join. You have your kids' classes also. Wish you could also
Thank you, Mataji.
in future join live. Thank you. Both in the sky and on the earth. It shattered the hearts of the sons of Dhritarashtra, Dhartarashtrayan. Anything like Draupadi's sons are called Draupadeyascha. Subhadra's son is called Saubhadreya. And here the sons of Dhritarashtra are called Dhritarashtranam. By Dhritarashtrana is also good, but Dhritarashtranam is because he has a plural sons, not one son. He has 100 sons. So the hearts of the 100 sons of Dhritarashtra got shattered. Why here it did not mention in a simple way that now done. I'm not going to read anything. No, you're holding for her. Abhi translation ho gaya to. So the thing is, it did not mention about anybody else, about shattering. Only shattering was mentioned about Kauravas, especially the sons of Dhritarashtra, not whole of the Kauravas also. Why is it mentioned just like that? The important points we can understand. In the purport, Krishna writes, Srila Prabhupada writes very nicely, we will not have this fear in the mind, or shattering of the heart doesn't happen when we take shelter of Krishna, when we surrender unto the Supreme Personality of the Godhead. Because this sound was not just heard by Kauravas or just not heard by Dhritarashtra's son. It was heard by everybody in the battlefield. But everybody's hearts did not shatter. Everybody's hearts did not shatter. Because they were indifferent from the results of the war. That's what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, right? Karmanyavadikaraste. You do the action, leave all the results to me. They might not be completely surrendered, but they did not have like evil-minded thoughts. That was going on in Kauravas, 100 sons of Dhritarashtra. So that their hearts got shattered. Now, we will try to understand why this shattering. Krishna in the 8th chapter, 15th verse mentions, it's a big title, he gives to the whole world. What does he say? Dukkhalayam ashashvatam. This material world, this material creation, which I have done for you all, is not a good place. It is alayam. Alayam means temple or a shelter place or a living place. For what? Dukkha. This is dukkhalayam, filled with miseries. Miseries alayam. Who wants to go to miseries alayam? But we came. We consciously chose to come to this dukkhalayam. And he said that this is ashashvatam. This is completely temporary. This is not permanent. So this shattering happens when you have a fear of losing something. That means your shelter is on temporary things. Your shelter is on temporary things. This is not on permanent things. So Duryodhana's shelter and the shelter of other people in the Kaurava side is not on the permanent thing. It is on the temporary thing. What is the temporary thing Duryodhana is looking for? Name, fame, wealth. Everything is temporary. Everything is completely temporary. Fear is because our shelter is in wrong places. Any place other than Krishna, when you try to take the shelter, you are sure of losing it. Because everything has an expiration date, including a item what you buy in the store, or including our own kids and we ourselves also. There is an expiration time. We don't relate to this expiration word with our lives, right? But we have an expiration time. We are not permanent. We are temporary here. When we realize that all the relationships or all the connections which we take shelter of, Hare Krishna Prabhuji, all the connections which we take shelter of are temporary, then we will try to inquire about where should my shelter go for. Or else, as long as we try to take shelter of this job, try to take shelter of husband, try to take shelter of wife, try to take shelter of teacher, try to take shelter of manager, try to take shelter of something else, you are sure to lose. You are sure to lose. So Duryodhana is afraid that whatever his false shelters are, he is going to lose. That's why Duryodhana and Duryodhana's brothers' hearts were shattered. On the other side, Pandava's side, they were all happy to hear the sounds of the conch shells when blown from the other side also. Obviously, when we blew the conch shell and tumultuous sound comes, we feel happy. But they were not only just happy when they were hearing from the Pandava side, but they were also happy when they were hearing the sounds from the Kaurava's side also. Because who is blowing? Krishna's devotee, Bhishma Dev. He is the Acharya, he is the grandsire. They are all blowing. Dronacharya also blew. They did not specify which one, but everybody blew their conch shells and other things. So they felt happy. Okay, good. Okay, good. Good is going to come out of it. Because this is Dharma Kshetra. Because this is Kurukshetra. Because here we are under the shelter of Sri Krishna. This faith was not in anybody other than Pandava's side devotees or Pandava's side soldiers. Very less people had this complete faith, and they fought against them by taking shelter of Krishna. There are a lot of people, Suhrudan comes in the future verses, there are a lot of good people who didn't want to fight against Pandavas because of their duty-bound nature. They were fighting for Kauravas and against Pandavas. So ultimately this 19th verse speaks about how we can get complete shelter on the permanent is by taking shelter of Krishna. Srila Prabhupada writes very nicely here. If you go to the third, fourth line from bottom. This is due to, why did Pandavas did not feel the same feeling? This is due to Pandavas and their confidence in Lord Krishna. One who takes the shelter of Supreme Lord has nothing to fear, even in the midst of great calamities. Now I am going to tell you my realization from my life. My daughter was suddenly sick very badly. Suddenly sick very badly. And then I was waiting. I was like, Krishna is there, faith is there, Krishna will protect my daughter. She has been lived a devotee life whole her life, so nothing will happen to her. Krishna will take care of her. Krishna will take care of her. Nothing else was in my mind except Krishna will take care of her. But after 1 week, after 10 days, after 15 days, doctors were not saying anything on that. They were not even telling like when she will be okay. And the situation, I don't want to make the class big, but the situation was like kind of, she will live. I mean, they say she will live, but when she will be normal, they don't know. That was kind of an issue. And then she was not eating anything, she was not drinking anything, nothing through her mouth going, only through the glucose or whatever it is. 45 days. Nothing but just ice cubes. But anyhow, after 15-20 days, I started feeling fear in my heart. I was afraid. And then I wrote to my Guru. My Guru Maharaj was in contact. Fortunately, he was in touch with us. Then I told to my Guru Maharaj message that Maharaj, till now I was strong, but now somehow my fear is getting into me. What next? Because doctors are not saying anything. Should we go for second opinion? Should we move her from this place to the other place? And Maharaj said, first he gave the technical way of how to deal that, and he was checking all the procedures by looking at what you are telling me how the doctor's dealing. I think that this is the right procedure. Don't try to change her anywhere right now. But for me, he said very exclusively this message that where there is fear, there is no Krishna. Where there is Krishna, there is no fear. Now it's up to you. You want to welcome fear or you want to welcome Krishna. Though it's hard to accept, easy to be said, but if you have faith in Krishna, ultimately you will see the results. No single knife was put on my daughter, no surgeries were done, no medicines were given, but time healed and she was okay. The doctor said 3 months, 4 months in the hospital. She was out of the hospital within 1 month. And later also many things happened, but faith in Krishna. Avashya Rakshibe Krishna. Many devotees said, okay, we will get done something in Mayapur, let's check her horoscope, something is going wrong with her horoscope, she's a perfect devotee, why is these things happening, let's get something done at different places. My Prabhu said, no, we have got only one instruction from Acharyas, Prabhupada.
Something big is just turned into the very small thing.
Yeah. It could have been worse. Yes,
it could
have been worse. So big karma getting dissolved in this form.
Small.
But how we take that small one is very, very important. Sometimes small is also big for us.
Yes,
I mean, looks small, but it was like for me, I did not even talk to anybody in India, because when I talk, I have to tell the truth and they can't take the truth. I say that, okay, we'll talk when she is okay. She's getting better. That's what. She was not getting better. And when she got better, it was very quick. Very quick. Anyhow, coming back to the point, when our shelter is in Krishna, then we will not have fear and anxieties. Akinchanatvam is the word used in Srimad Bhagavatam. Devotees, Lalita Mataji, Kinjal Mataji, Shweta Mataji, Mona Mataji, everybody who have joined. Akinchanatvam is the word used. Akinchanatvam means no other material shelters. Oh Mataji, me depending on my husband is a material shelter? 100%. Me making my kids depend on me is a material shelter? 100%. Arjuna was doing the same thing. In future verses, we will see how Arjuna was relating to all these people and how everything happens. So, Akinchanatvam means no other shelters other than Krishna, especially material shelters, which are temporary. So, Duryodhana and parties, fear, anxiety, shattering of their hearts by hearing the conchals is only and only because their shelter was in temporary things. It's hard, devotees, I'm again saying. I'm not saying like cut your knots with everybody immediately. But when you understand the higher truth, when you get the higher taste, slowly the lower taste will go off. I was recently seeing a message from Radhanath Maharaj quotes, or Gauranga Prabhu's quotes, not Radhanath Maharaj quotes, or Gauranga Prabhu's quotes. In that it was saying that in order to get to the new station in a train, we have to leave the old station. If we don't leave the old station, how can you go to the new station? So the attachment what we have for our family and all the living entities whom we are connected through this body should be only with the relationship that they are the part and parcel of Krishna, I am the part and parcel of Krishna. But my eternal identity is I am a servant of Krishna, I have to go back to Krishna. The relationship, I already mentioned in few classes before also, maybe some of you heard it. The relationship between our relatives is like all the sticks coming together in a river, thinking that they are all together. When the river flows, there are different dry sticks, twigs, everything come together, and they feel that we are connected, we are strong. And along with the flow of the water, all these sticks gets separated again. So these are not permanent relationship. Only the permanent relationship what we have with somebody is Krishna. Only what we can say it is ours, devotees. Our home, my husband, my kids. Only one thing what you can say is mine is our relationship with Krishna. That's it. Siddha Sankalp can say this is my mom's bead bag. Sahishnu can say this is my jacket. This you can say, that's okay. At this time maybe you think you own it. But the source of all those things is Krishna. How much we are waiting for Krishna, Krishna is more waiting for us to get back to that relationship. So let's go to the verse number 20, devotees. I'm not sure how many verses I will do. Bala Prabhu was wondering when I did my first class 10 verses. Mataji, you covered 10 verses in 1 hour? I mean, it's like if I cover 10 verses in one class, that means I'm going quick. 3-4 verses is okay to understand that you covered, because that much we can give, that much we can understand, that much we can share on each verse. So let's go to the verse number 20. अतः व्यवस्थितान् दृष्ट्वा धार्तराष्ट्रान् कपिध्वजा प्रवृत्ते शस्त्रसम्पाते धनुरुद्यम्य पाण्डवः हृषीकेशं तदा वाक्यम् इदमाह महीपते. Again, you all have to remember, we all have to remember that this conversation is happening in between. The conversation is happening in between. Bala Sahishnu. In between, who is telling to who about Bhagavad Gita?
Arjuna.
Okay. Okay, Krishna is telling to Arjuna, we know. But who is telling? Who is narrating all this?
Sanjaya.
Sanjaya is narrating. Mataji is saying, oh, thank God he told. he knows Mataji. Sometimes he doesn't. So false attachment, okay? Okay. Sanjaya is narrating this to Dhritarashtra, and Sanjaya is addressing Dhritarashtra as Mahipate. You are the king, you are the ruler. The whole world, whole creation, not world, was Bharata kingdom. And he is addressed in some other places Bharata also, Dhritarashtra, because he is the descendant of Bharata king and he is the ruler. So here it is called Mahipate. Pate means ruler, Mahi means whole earthly planetary system. So now in this verse 20, we will do the translation and we will understand certain words. Again, important is Kapidhwaja. So we will talk about this Kapidhwaja more. You all know who is Kapidhwaja, what is Kapidhwaja, but we will discuss in more why is this Kapi on the Dhwaja. Sahishnu, why is the Kapi on the Dhwaja? Kapi means what? You tell. Think about it. Then Shastra Sampate, in releasing his arrows. That's an important word again. Yeah, Rishikesham. Krishna is called Rishikesha here again. Why he is called, what is the importance also we'll understand. Now, translation. Everybody look into the translation. At that time, Arjuna, the son of Pandu, seated in the chariot, bearing the flag marked with Hanuman, took up his bow. That's why I said it is important. Took up his bow and prepared to shoot his arrows. O king, after looking at the sons of Dhritarashtra drawn in the military array, Arjuna then spoke to Lord Krishna these words. So now, this is the first time we are introduced with Arjuna speaking to Krishna. Till now, we did not see anything. We were seeing Dhritarashtra speaking, we were seeing Sanjaya speaking, we were seeing Duryodhana speaking, we were seeing how the reciprocation is going on. Now, Arjuna is speaking at this point of time. What is Arjuna saying? So now the camera is shifting. We all remember the camera thing, right? Now the camera is shifting to the main characters of the drama, Krishna and Arjuna. So now Arjuna is speaking. Sanjaya is here, I have said, addressing the king, Dhritarashtra, as what? Mahipate. 1.14 speaks about this great chariot. We already did it. Where is this chariot coming from? Where is the chariot coming from to Arjuna? Huh?
The fire god.
Agni, yeah, fire god. The chariot is gifted by Agni Dev to Arjuna, right? Siddha Sankalpa, you remember? Yeah, Agni Dev gave him the chariot. And this chariot is very powerful. How powerful, Mataji, is anybody? How powerful this chariot? Tell me, Sahishnu. How powerful? What is the importance of this chariot? What is the greatness of this chariot? Tell. We discussed already. Anybody else? Tell the importance of chariot.
It always gives success.
Yeah, it always gives the victory wherever it goes. In the three worlds, in all the directions. So there is no doubt that they are going to lose. I mean, no doubt that they are going to win. They are going to win for sure. 100% they are going to win. The chariot itself is so. So here Kapidhwaja. So where is this Kapidhwaja? On the chariot. Why is this Kapidhwaja called? We all know Kapidhwaja. What does Kapi mean? Kapi. One of the devotees' son's name
Hanuman.
is Kapi. Hanuman, yes. Shweta Mataji is right. Kapi means Hanuman. Kapi means monkey. Kapi means monkey. So that monkey is there on the flag. Who is that monkey? Hanuman. Why Mataji? Why only Hanuman? It can be any other monkey, right? It is just a print. It can be any other like other monkeys. Some people have like conch on their flag. Some people have chakra on their flag. This has a monkey on their flag. So who knows the story of why monkey is there? I mean, why Hanuman is there on the flag? Anybody?
Yeah.
You know?
Prayed to Hanuman, right?
Bhima
And
prayed
he
to
said because like no external force can participate in the war, so he said I will sit on the
Yeah.
I will give my energy, but I cannot participate physically in the war.
Yeah.
Because I need the,
Yeah, one of the pastime, beautiful pastime. This is during the Vanavas of Pandavas when Yudhishthir Maharaj needed some wealth or weapons or something. He sends Arjuna somewhere else. And then they were in the Himalayas. The Alakananda river is flowing nicely. In that Alakananda river, there was a beautiful lotus flower. Very beautiful lotus flower. And that lotus flower had 100 petals. And it was so nice aroma, smell, nice, very nice. Generally lotuses, we see them beautiful but not much smell. But this lotus was divine, transcendental aroma was coming out of it. And then Draupadi, obviously, Matajis will get attracted to flowers, fragrances and all. So she says that I really love this flower. And the other Pandavas were walking. Arjuna was not there. Why specifically we are saying 100 times here, Arjuna is not there, Arjuna is not there. It's generally Draupadi, being the wife of Arjuna first, she asks whatever she wants to Arjuna because Arjuna wins Draupadi in the Swayamvar and gets her, right? So, but Arjuna was not there. Other Pandavas were walking. So she asked Bhima that, can you please get this lot of flowers for me? So in the search of those flowers, Bhima immediately climbs the mountains and get on to the Himalayas to search for where are these flowers. In his way on the mountain path, he disturbs lot of animals, trees and everything, and he makes his way and then he goes, he's like Hanuman. He goes his way and goes, he makes his way and goes straight there to the mountains where he can find. Then he finds a big block. He was not able to go through that block. He sees, what is this block? And then instead of seeing up and doing everything, smashing and going, he sees down because it was blocking his feet going. And then he sees that there is an animal. And then he says that animal is an old monkey and a huge monkey. Huge monkey. Sankalp, Siddha Sankalp, huge monkey. Not small monkey, like 10 times of your size. That much big monkey was there. Yeah, old monkey it was. And Radharani has an old monkey as a pet. Do you know that? We'll talk about it later after the class. Okay, so this monkey was in between. So generally it's not an etiquette to cross over anybody's body. Elders say always to us that adra alaga manishini that elladura anta. So it's not an etiquette to cross. If you want, Bhima can because he's enough talented. But he says, oh, whoever you are, just give me the way. Very, very strongly, arrogantly, because he is proud of his strength. He was very proud of his strength. Bhima always was proud about his strength. So he says, move, whoever are you, move from my way, give me the way. And then very feeble voice, old monkey voice comes saying that, oh, my body is so old, I can't even move my old body here and there. Can you please lift my tail on the side and can you go? Then Bhima says, oh, what is this job you are giving me? Okay, I will lift. And then he tries to lift it with pinky finger like Ravana does, right? Some pinky finger, Same way he tries to pick him up, pick the tail. He cannot. And then he uses full hand. He cannot. He uses 2 hands. He cannot. He realizes that all his strength, he has 10,000 elephant strength. He's already been discussed when he's going the conch shell of Pondra. He's said to be Herculean task. Herculean task means big trees he can uproot easily. So he just says, oh, I cannot lift. Then he realizes that there is someone who is more strong than me, who is more powerful than me. When we become humble, devotees, one is when we surrender to the Supreme Personality of the Godhead. Second thing, when we know that somebody else is better than us. So here Bhima has realized, till now he did not get any proper opponent. Even Duryodhana, he said, I'll kill you, I'll smash you, I'll do lot of things with you, I'll make you 2 parts and throw, everything he said. Bhima had a vow we discussed earlier, right? All the Duryodhana's sons, he said he will alone kill. So he was very strong. But when he's seeing that he is not able to lift the tail up, why was Hanuman more stronger than Bhima?
Of course.
Okay. He was more stronger than Bhima,
Faith
right?
in Bhagwan.
Yeah.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course he is.
The strength what Hanuman had is because of the being dedicated service to Ramachandra. That service got him that strength. He had that faith. He said that I couldn't go across the ocean without the name of Rama. Whenever in his details of Ramayana, if you see Valmiki Ramayana, whenever our dear Hanuman in the process of helping Rama to find Sita, being an instrument in the hands of Rama to find Sita, was getting bewildered, he was taking the shelter of Ramanama. That's why we emphasize on taking the shelter of the name. Okay, so that was thing, and then he says, Bhima comes and says that I apologize, I underestimated you. You are very powerful, you are very strong. Can you please let me know who you are? And Hanuman says, I am your brother, don't worry. You all also don't worry, we'll tell the story later. But he's the brother of, they both are brotherly relationship.
Yeah.
So he says, yeah, okay, I'm your brother.
Because their father is Pavan.
Same, Vayuputra. So he says, okay, I'm your brother only, don't worry. I did not mean to stop your path. You are going on a purpose, I'll take. Then he says that you are very powerful. I did not ask anybody any help till now for the war, but I need your help for the war. And he says that I cannot. That is unfair. I don't belong to that yuga. I belong to Treta Yuga. And it's unfair. But as Mataji has said, not energy wise, but not physical energy wise, but virtual energy wise, my all virtual strength will be there with you on the flag. That was one reason. And Prabhupada writes a wonderful second reason is that he is the servant of Ramachandra, and on the battlefield in the chariot, who was there? Arjuna and Krishna. And who is Krishna? Rama also. So when Rama is there, Ramadasu will be there 100%. So that Ramadasu, Hanuman, was on the flag because his master was on the chariot. And nicely Prabhupada says the analogy in the purport that in Ramayana, to win over Ravana, Hanuman has cooperated Rama. Now, Rama and Hanuman together are cooperating Arjuna to win the war.
Yes.
So why not victory will come to them? This is another indication that victory is guaranteed for Pandavas. This is the importance of that word Kapidwaja. Kapidwaja. We all take lightly that Hanuman is there, Hanuman is there, Hanuman is there. We can also have a doubt, some devotees might have doubt that, okay, when Arjuna said in the starting only, I cannot fight, why did Hanuman took over the place? Another thing to learn, to take into knowledge, to accept it as a lesson is, okay, if Hanuman is so important, Hanuman is so great, why did he immediately take up the task of fighting when Arjuna said no for fighting? Because he didn't have the instruction from his spiritual master. He didn't have the instruction from his Lord. The instruction was given to Arjuna, not to Hanuman. So why would Hanuman go into this job? At that time in Treta Yuga, Rama gave the order to Hanuman. Sugriva gave the order to Hanuman. Jambavan gave the order to Hanuman. They chose him. So, Paradharma Bhayavaha. In the future we will get the verses. Swadharma Anutishta and Paradharma Bhayavaha. We should not take in charge or jump over something without the instruction of our spiritual master or the Supreme Lord. That's the lesson to be learned. You may be powerful, you may be strong, you may think you can help them, but unless you get the instruction from your spiritual master or Lord, you cannot do that job. Let's go to the verse number 21, devotees. What is the time? I have to keep a watch on the time. 8:42. We have time, right? We have some time. We started at 8, right? So 8:10. Okay, we have some time. Arjuna Uvacha, very important verse, set of 2 verses. Many kids memorize this verse. Very important verse. Senayor ubhayor madhye ratham stapaya mechuta yavadetan niriksheham yodhukamam avastitam kermaya saha yodhavyam asmin rama samudhyame. Beautiful verse. Again here the importance of chariot is mentioned. How the chariot is. Now here Arjuna is passing an order as a person inside the chariot to the charioteer who is Krishna. Order. Order. It's not, please Krishna, can you take, no. Can you take me over there? That's how he orders. Sthapaya, make it situated in the middle. It's not with the proud. It's Kshatriya nature to ask in this way. Very, very nice verse. Avasthitan, arrayed on the battlefield. This sthitam, I already told you in the last 2 classes that this word sthita prajna, sthitam, avasthitaha is very important. We all have to be always situated in a right position in service to our Guru and Krishna. So situation is a very important word. Yodhavyam, ready to fight. Now Arjuna is talking to Krishna. What is the word he uses here? Ratam sthapaya me achyuta. Beautiful word, achyuta. We'll talk about this word. This is always nice to talk about the words related to Krishna, names related to Krishna. Every name has beautiful meanings. So here in this verse, Achyuta is important. We'll read the translation. Arjuna said, "O infallible one, please draw my chariot between the 2 armies so that I may see those present here who desire to fight and whom I must contend in the great trial of arms." So Arjuna is saying to Krishna, is ordering Krishna to take his chariot in between the 2 armies for 2 purposes. Those 2 purposes are clearly mentioned in the translation here, saying that he wants to see all the people who are desiring to fight with him. And the second important thing is he wants to know whom he is fighting with. Arjuna won't fight with the whole army. Everyone has to decide whom they have to fight with internally. Who is their right combat? Everybody has their own great vows to kill each other. Everybody has their great strength. Bhima cannot go and kill a normal soldier who is holding some knife and trumpet. No. They have to. So he wanted to go there and see whom he can fight with. Let's go back to the first line word, which is very important. Very personal verse this is. Arjuna speaking for the first time to Krishna is a very personal verse wherein it shows externally the relationship different and internally the relationship is different between Krishna and Arjuna. So here the word Achyuta is being used. Achyuta means the infallible one. Infallible one. What does infallible mean? You know? Yeah, you know, I know. You know everything, I know. Just time is separating Sankalpa from you.
But he wants to say something.
Yeah. Achyuta ante enti?
Arjuna fights something for arrow and she fight.
Yeah, Arjuna fights with arrows. He's the best archer.
Yeah.
He's the best archer, right? Yes, Arjuna fights. You know that, huh? Yeah. Very good. So do you want to get any skills in archery in future? Yeah. You want to learn shooting an arrow, bow and everything? Yeah. You have to go to Gurukul. Yeah. Gurukul is the best place for learning that. In India, there are some places where the kids are trained with archery. We see that there is no use of archery, right, in current world, but they are learning. Yeah. They are learning archery. Yeah? Yeah. Okay. Okay. So infallible means, here the word infallible means we all know one who never falls. One he never fails. Fails in his relationship with his devotees. Here particularly this word Achyuta is used by Arjuna because I am sure Krishna, you will not fail in showing affection unto me. You will not fail in your affectionate nature with me. Though I am ordering you like a Kshatriya sitting in the chariot to the Suta or to the charioteer, my relationship with you is very, very personal and you know that.
I don't think it's ordering him, it's asking him. He's saying, please take
it. He's asking him, but if Krishna cannot say no to that. Right. Not just because Arjuna is his friend, because Arjuna is sitting in the chariot and he is the chariot driver. So this relationship is internally different and externally different. And here we have to understand a very main thing, that We always say that don't give a big list to God that I want this, I want this, I want this, because he is not your order carrier. That's what we say. He is
And
not
here
your.
he's-
Here,
he's
Krishna is
giving
doing
the-
order carrier job.
Yeah, and
He's-
Arjuna is giving order.
Krishna cannot say I won't take you. If I say you, Mataji, please can you put it there? You can say, you have a choice that you can say, I don't want to put it, Mataji, or I cannot put it there. Krishna doesn't have a choice. He has consciously chosen that position of being an order carrier for Arjuna. Very important verse, very important verse. I want to see at this time who all have. What does this mean? Does Arjuna don't know who all have come to fight? He knows for sure who all have come to fight. But what does here, the important reason Prabhupada writes is indecisive nature of Arjuna whether to fight or not fight already creeped in. Already creeped in. How does it matter who is there? You have to fight, you have to fight. Why you have to see who is fighting? So already it's entered. It's entered. Prabhupada writes very clearly that it's been already entered. And then he wanted to see whom he want to fight with or whom he has to fight with.
He's
Why?
trying to look for an excuse not to fight.
Yeah, it started. It started already into his mind that should I fight? Yes, one thing is there. He didn't want. For sure, he didn't want. In the next verse, we will see. I think for sure he didn't want to make any peace consent with them. For sure, he wanted to fight. He doesn't, because already they tried. Krishna going as peace messenger tried, and the arrogant behavior of Duryodhana saying that he doesn't want to even give the pinhead space land to them. So he knows he will fight, but he still is thinking, should I fight or should I give up? That already creeped in. As Prabhuji has said, he's looking for excuse, he's looking for proper reasons why he should not fight. Maybe already creeped in. So Achyuta means who never fails in his affection, right? So this amazing relationship between Krishna and Arjuna is explained through a verse in Srimad Bhagavatam. There is a beautiful verse in Srimad Bhagavatam. It's not only that we are seeking for an opportunity to serve Krishna devotees, but if we are fully surrendered, our verse going back to the first verse of 19th we started with, if we are fully surrendered to Krishna, Krishna looks for an opportunity to serve us. Krishna knows that Arjuna would choose him. Krishna knows that he wants to serve Arjuna. Krishna knows that he wants to be with his devotees. If Krishna says, choose me, then first thing Duryodhana would do is, I want you. But Krishna said that whoever chooses me, I'm not going to fight. So Krishna said, okay. Arjuna said, okay, I want you. I don't want your army. I don't want your fighting skills. I just want you to be there. So it is, you can note it down, whoever are serious devotees who want to note it down and later see. Srimad Bhagavatam 3.25.42. Online devotees also, whoever wants to note it down. 3.25.42. Suryas tapati madbhayat varshatindro dehatiragnir mrutyuscharati madbhayat. Beautiful verse wherein it is been explained that this is from the third canto. Third canto is about, who knows, who is the reading Srimad Bhagavatam here? Kapila Gita. In the third canto Kapila Gita, Lord Kapila is explaining to Devahuti about this topic. What he is saying. Lord Kapila is saying about the 325.42. Lord Kapila is saying to Mother Devahuti about the supremacy of the Lord. He is explaining the order in which this supremacy is there. How the Supreme Personality of the Godhead takes the orders in sequence, something like that. He says, it is because of my supremacy. Who is saying? Lord Kapila, taking the position of Supreme Lord, is saying, it is because of my supremacy that the wind blows. Wind blows. The first line is, Vati Vatoyam. Mad Bhayat Vati Vatoyam. Vati Vatoyam means the wind is blowing because my fear, because of my fear. Fear in the sense, it's not the material fear, devotees. It is the fear that we are not able to serve the Lord. So don't get confused between the fear as order we understood, right? We should not misunderstand this word as fear as material fear. Material fear is he will kill me. Transcendental fear is, oh, I am not able to serve the Supreme Lord in the way He wants to be served. So, here Krishna says, the wind is blowing because of my fear. Surya sthapati mad bhayat. The sun god is shining out of my fear. The Lord of the clouds, who is that? Indra. Varshat Indro. What is he doing? He is sending forth the showers out of the fear of me. And the fire burns out of fear of me. And the final one is really nice. Nutyus charati mad bhayat. Means death goes taking its turns all tall out of fear of life from me. If I don't go and take out that person's life at the right time, I am not serving properly the job given by Krishna to me. These are all great devotees. These are all great devotees. The personality who orders these all powerful demigods, these all powerful sources of life, death, maintenance, the Supreme Personality who orders all of these people is taking the orders from Arjuna. This is the internal relationship. This is why we got the verse of Srimad Bhagavatam here.
For a devotee, Krishna
Bhakta
becomes
Vatsala, he is just surrenders to Krishna. Surrendering to Krishna internally means asking Krishna to surrender to us. What does Krishna say in the last verse of Bhagavad Gita? He says that Ma Suchaha, right? Do not fear, I am there for you. Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshasyami ma suchaha. I am going to protect you if you leave all kinds of religions and surrender unto me. Ma suchaha. That God, who will give that assurance? Health insurance, life insurance, home insurance, grave insurance, all these insurance, including grave insurance we take. And how about this insurance? Krishna is saying, I am going to provide you that life insurance after this life also. Taking orders from Arjuna is a very sweet relationship. Very, very sweet relationship. Sometimes as parents, we feel happy taking orders from Krishna. From our children. When we are driving and our children, though like Shreyas was not driving then when I was driving, or when Prabhu was driving especially. When Prabhu is there, I don't drive, only Prabhu drives. But when Shreyas is there, only Shreyas drives, Prabhu doesn't drive. But when Shreyas was not driving, when Shreyas was instructing Prabhu how to drive, internally we feel happy. We feel happy. Hey, he is younger than me, he did not even start driving and he is guiding me. We don't feel like that. Wow. Without even learning driving properly and getting his license, he is guiding me. We feel happy. We feel happy. The master is feeling happy in serving the servants. When the, let's say, Trump is going. Okay? Trump has bodyguards. Who is the master? Who is the slave here? The bodyguards are the slave and the Trump is the master, right? Who is serving who? The bodyguards are serving the Trump. But master has to take care of the slaves, right? Slaves should not take care of the master. So who is master? Who is slave here? Whose life is under whose protection here? The master thinks he is providing security to him by giving him money, but it's the other way. They are providing security to the master. It's relationships in the material world and spiritual world are same, but it is opposite. We see the banyan tree, 15th chapter example, right? Urdhva moolam adhashakam. In that verse, it is all reflection of whatever the transcendental love is there to this material love. And the closest love, what Prabhupada has explained, which is close to the transcendental love, is motherly love. We discussed about mother's love, we discussed about mother's pain, we discussed about mother's affection, how much mother can do for the kids and all those things. That's the closest, he said. Okay, let's go to the verse number 23. We have like kind of 3-4 minutes, so we can go for 23. Okay. Yochyamanam aveksheham yayete atra samagataah dhata rashtrasya durbhuddher yuddhe priya chakishava. Wow, chakishava. Beautiful, beautiful. Dharta Rashtrasya, the sons of Dhritarashtra. Very important word, Durbhuddhe. Durbhuddhe means evil-minded. Chikirshava means wishing. This word wishing is also important. Let's do the translation and then we will go to the details of the verse. Let me see these who have come here to fight, wishing to please the evil-minded son of Dhritarashtra. Arjuna is not saying this. Did you observe this? How can Arjuna say this? Arjuna is not.
I'm going to ask who is saying this.
Arjuna is not saying this. Arjuna is not telling Krishna that I want to see the evil-minded sons of no. This is what happening in Arjuna's mind, which Sanjaya is knowing and Sanjaya is telling to Dhritarashtra. Now it's a real good conspiracy that whether it was going on in Arjuna's mind or not, but Sanjaya, being a well-wisher of Dhritarashtra, is saying this to Arjuna, that you are evil-minded, your sons are evil-minded. Very clear, very clear. He is not afraid of anything. He's clearly saying, it was like an open secret that Duryodhana and all your sons are like Durbudher, Durbudher, Durbudher. So wishing, Chikirshita, wishing to please evil-minded. So he knows that many of the people on the Kaurava side don't want to fight with him, don't want to fight against him, don't want to shoot arrows in him, especially the elders in the Kuru dynasty, they don't want to do these all things. But to please the evil-minded Dhritarashtra's sons, they are here. That's what Arjuna is thinking, and that's what Sanjaya is understanding, and that's what Sanjaya is telling to Dhritarashtra. Dhritarashtra knows all these things. Sanjaya is just reminding. Sanjaya is reminding that you are evil-minded. Sanjaya is reminding that your sons are evil-minded. Sanjaya is reminding that you are going to fail in the war. Everything. This is still first chapter, Mataji's, Prabhuji's. This is first chapter. We are going to go till 18, and till then a situation comes where Sanjaya says, what is the use of your life being a king here, sitting here and listening to my things like that? He's anxious to know about, this is through the compassion. Arjuna has a lot of compassion towards the people who are fighting against him, though they don't want to. So with compassion, again this compassion extends to false compassion also. Later we will see how it extends, but he wanted to see the people who came to fight against him without their wish. He was at a firm stage and intention to fight. There was no negotiation. He was ready to fight. His arrows, he was ready. Everything was ready. But he wanted to see them before. Arjuna knew very well who all joined, but still this indecisiveness is again emphasized here. Indecisiveness, whether he want to. Out of the 6 reasons what Arjuna gives, 5 important reasons what Arjuna gives why he doesn't want to fight in the future to Krishna, one of it is his indecisive mentality. He's not able to decide. When your mind is not proper, then you cannot decide the things what you wanted to take. My Guru Maharaj always says, when you cannot take a decision, step back, pause, think, and then take. Don't react, respond. Respond will take some time, but you can make a conscious decision. Reaction will not be 99% right. Let's go to the verse number 24. This will be the last verse, Matajis. Sanjaya Uvacha. Now Sanjaya is speaking again. Evam ukto hrishikesho gudakeshena bharata senayorubhayor madhye stapayitva ratottamam. Beautiful verse, right? Sanjaya said, O descendant of Bharata, having thus been addressed by Arjuna, Arjuna has addressed whom? Krishna. And what did he address as? Rishikesha. And who is addressing Krishna as Rishikesha? Gudakesha. Rishikesha, Gudakesha. Synonym, sounding similar sounds, right? Let's see. Lord Krishna drew up the fine chariot in the midst of the armies of the both parties. Now he's telling to Dhritarashtra that the relationship between Krishna and Arjuna is going to prove very, very dangerous to your sons. He doesn't want to order, but he ordered. And Krishna is waiting when to take the orders from Arjuna. As soon as Arjuna told, Krishna did not ask Arjuna anything. Why do you want me to take to the chariot? Right now shoot the arrows. Nothing like that. Krishna wanted to hear from Arjuna. So he took him to the middle of the chariot. If Krishna wanted, he could have said that why do you want to do this? You just shoot the arrows. Conches are blown. Just why 45 minutes time waste again for everybody to hear this all? Just shoot the arrows. He could have said. But Krishna doesn't say like that. Even with us, Matajis and Prabhujis, we are not forced here to come, or we are not forced to stay back in Goloka with Krishna. This is because of the merciful nature of Krishna saying that you have your free will. At the end, in the 18th chapter, around 60 to 63 verse, Krishna says again that I have given you the Guhyam knowledge and I have given the Guhya Tamam knowledge also. Now think deliberately about it and then take the decision according to your nature. Decide. It's up to you. He doesn't say that fight at the 18th end of chapter
Mataji,
after
problem
45
is
minutes.
I don't know why we have free will. Like why it's and we choose it. This
Yeah.
is why we are here.
Yeah.
Basically, but
Yeah. The free will nature comes from this Achintya Bheda Tattva topic. We are independent at the same time completely dependent on Krishna. Krishna doesn't want us to be, whether you like it or not, you do it. If we go to restaurant, we don't eat in restaurants the food generally because the cook is cooking the food not with love, not with like, whoever is eating this, they should be healthy, they should be strong. No, his consciousness is not that. I have to cook, I have to make it little tasty or else I'll not get my pay. And while doing that job, his mind is thinking about n number of things, not about Krishna. When we cook in our kitchen, our mind is thinking about Krishna. Krishna will like this, Radharani will like this. Today is Radharani's birthday. What are the recipes of the food what Radharani likes? This is the fresh vegetable. This we will like it. Okay. This is what our thought process. What he is thinking, who knows? My wife will give me food at the end of the day or not, or my boss will take me out of the job because nobody is coming in the restaurant. Many thoughts are going on, and that consciousness is transferred through the food to us. So coming back to our point of free will, Krishna wants us to consciously, voluntarily, happily surrender unto him. He doesn't want to force us. Forcing won't work. Even with the kids, forcing won't work. Doesn't work with my son. Doesn't work. Forcing doesn't work. So this verse is speaking about Rishikesha and Gudakesha. We all discussed about Rishikesha. What does Rishikesha mean? Balasahishnu. Meaning, it's Krishna, I know. Means what? We discussed a lot of times in our classes. Rishik means senses. Isha means controller. Controller of the senses. Rishikesha. Gudakesha. Guda means sleep. Another way it's ignorance. The controller of the ignorance or the conqueror of the ignorance or the conqueror of the sleep. So Gudakesha is ordering Rishikesha. So remember Dhritarashtra, there are two controllers here. One who is completely in this material world and still can control the senses, and one who is the controller of the all senses. Ignorance is the problem for us, and that ignorance is already conquered by Arjuna, and that's why Arjuna is called Gudakesha. He is addressing, nobody is calling Arjuna as Gudakesha, nobody is calling Krishna as Rishikesha. This is all Sanjaya. This is all Sanjaya. Of course, Arjuna is calling Krishna as Rishikesha, Achyuta sometimes, but Arjuna is not called by anybody as Gudakesha. Sanjaya could have said Arjuna talked to Krishna or Arjuna told Rishikesha, right? But he did not do that. He is specifically saying that Arjuna is the controller of the ignorance, or he has conquered the ignorance already. So where is the point that your sons will win over Arjuna and the team? There is no chance like that. So coming to the point of this working, 5 minutes we'll be done. Coming to the point of this sense controller, both are related to something senses. Even Arjuna's Gudakesha Nam and Krishna's Rishikesha name are concerned, Balasahishnu 5 minutes, are connected with senses. Let's now think about what are the senses. How many kinds of senses are there? 5, good. And 5 more? Can we think? And then one more? Let's say 11 senses, Mataji. 5 gross senses, 5 subtle senses, or 5 working senses, 5 knowledge acquiring senses, and 1 is the mind, top of all senses. 5 working senses are hands, legs, speech, rectum, anus. So these all 5 things. And 5 knowledge acquiring senses are: hands cannot acquire knowledge, legs cannot acquire knowledge, speech cannot acquire knowledge. These are all working senses.
ears.
But knowledge acquiring senses are eyes, ears, nose, skin, tongue, these all things. So 5 working senses, 5 knowledge acquiring senses, and 1 sense which is top of everybody is the mind. That's a very important sense. It controls everything. Unless this mind is properly guided by the intelligence, unless this intelligence is properly guided by the Shastra, Sadhu and Guru, our horses will go all directions. Bahushaka, Bahud sides, everywhere it will go. So, may this speech, very nicely Prabhupada writes, may this speech of Arjuna through his order, wow, senses connection here. The speech, the working sense of Arjuna is ordering Krishna, who is the controller of all senses, to take the chariot in the midst of the armies. That's why this Isha, both are controllers. And Gudakesha is ordering the Rishikesha. He has already conquered the sleep and ignorance, and he is telling to Krishna that how to make our speech good, speech correct, speech according to Shastra is always by thinking about Krishna. How to think always about Krishna? How to overcome this laziness and envy. That's why he is always active. Arjuna is told to be always active. He used to not sleep. Like Lakshmana used to not sleep 14 years in the Vanvas time when he was with Rama. Same way Arjuna doesn't sleep. Gudakesha, he is always awake. What keeps us awake? The consciousness. The consciousness of what? Krishna consciousness. If we don't have to have sleepless nights, devotees, we have to have proper sleep. Bhagavad Gita says that we have to sleep good. Less sleep or less food is also not good. Like more sleep is not good, less sleep is also, as in bodies we need. But he has conquered that laziness. Basically here it is talked about ignorance in the form of lethargy. And the same Krishna says, get out of this lethargy and fight again in the future. After surrendering, after Karpanya Dosho, Krishna says, get out of this lethargy and fight, O Arjuna. So he has conquered that lethargy because he's always thinking about Krishna. But again, the important point is he's playing an instrument in the hands of Krishna. So Krishna orders him. So this relationship between Krishna and Arjuna in the whole Bhagavad Gita, the most relishing thing for me in Bhagavad Gita is 2 things. The relationship between Krishna and Arjuna, the relationship between Sanjaya and Dhritarashtra. Amazing! Best servant for his master Dhritarashtra and best friendship relationship. Many times Krishna in Bhagavad Gita at least 15 to 20 times says that I am giving this knowledge to you because you are very dear to me. I am giving this knowledge to you because you are non-envious of me. I am giving this knowledge because I like you. Very clearly.
You are my dear friend.
Yeah, you are my dear friend. I am your well-wisher. I am seated in your heart. He reminds that I am there in your heart many times. So we are good. So how to keep up this enthusiasm, how to keep ourselves very active in Krishna consciousness is by being conscious of Krishna. One time Prabhupada was asked by his disciples, how can we be sincere, Prabhupada? Prabhupada said, by being sincere. By being sincere. You know the meaning of how to be sincere. What is sincerity? So be sincere to become sincere. So to be conscious of Krishna, become Krishna conscious. How? In this Kali Yuga, the best way prescribed is Harer Nama, Harer Nama, Harer Nama Iva Kevalam, Kalau Nasteva, 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 Gatir Anyataha. There is no other way, no other way, no other way in this Kali Yuga other than chanting the holy names of the Lord. So we can be conscious, we can be Krishna conscious, we can be energetic, we can be everything in service to Krishna. So I think we will end the class here. Exactly 1 hour, 8 to 9, little bit more, but 8 to 9. Thank you very much, devotees, for joining. Anybody has any discussion, anything to speak? Probably we will stop the recording here and then take because it will be too much big in the record. Yes, Matajis and Prabhujis, any discussion to 2 minutes, everybody can share.